Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk about the magic of masturbation. Oh yeah, I'm an orgasm activist, so I definitely think masturbation is magical and many more things. And I wanted to talk about this today because actually just a few days ago I had lunch with some friends that I hadn't seen for a long time, and we were talking about lots of things, and sex toys came up in the conversation, which is quite normal for me because I do review sex toys for a living. And one of the women in this group, she said that, I don't think sex toys are, I can't remember what she said, but her perception was that having sex with a sex toy is actually a cold experience, or it was cold, and she didn't need that to connect with herself. And I thought, fair enough. And I think this might be a common misconception of sex toys. And I can understand where this perception comes from, even though this person I don't think has any experience with sex toys. But I can definitely understand it. I think I might have thought the same thing after, how can you compare sex with someone you love and that's great, that's just mind-blowing, makes your heart race, amazing orgasms, all the intimacy, and then someone hands you a plastic toy, go and have sex with yourself. I can understand how people might think that sex toys are cold. But after so many years of experience, I absolutely have found through experience and different knowledge, or how I've acquired new knowledge about myself and about masturbation, that is not the case at all. And also in another dinner, I recently gifted another girl a really amazing sex toy, and it turned out that on that day when I gave her this fantastic sex toy, she'd broken up with her boyfriend. So I was saying, this is perfect timing for you, here's a great sex toy. I can understand it kind of might have been perfect timing, but maybe in her heart she was thinking, oh, but I missed that intimacy with this boyfriend. And she also mentioned that this guy was, maybe toxic emotionally, but amazing sex. And I think that I've lived lots of experiences like that in the past, and that's how sex toys kind of liberated me to make better decisions with men and not go for the toxic, mind-blowing sex, because I can kind of have the mind-blowing sex with myself without the toxicity, fortunately. But anyway, yeah, I can still imagine that someone who's going through a heartbreak and then you get this plastic toy thinking, oh, this is a bit cold compared to all the fireworks, the emotional fireworks I was living or experiencing while having sex with my ex-boyfriend. Anyway, so I wanted to share this video about the magic of masturbation because I think there are lots of misconceptions about masturbation. And for me, masturbation has become a huge act of self-love and also a type of meditation as well. It's just become a very kind of deep process where I connect with myself on many levels, and I also find that I connect with the divine, and it can be quite cosmic. So for me, for example, when I masturbate, I tend to make it quite ritualistic. I have very nice music playing, I have incense, nice low lighting, and I also use crystals on my different chakras, and then I also set an intention because I learnt about this technique called sex magic, which I'll discuss a bit later on. So I really kind of connect, I'm really connecting with my body, but also with my soul and with the divine. It's just such an incredibly deep experience. And I never ever use porn. I've never ever used porn for masturbation. I don't quite understand it. Also, I kind of have my eyes closed a lot, so I don't think I would be. I don't think I could really masturbate to porn. And also, I just think it's quite scary because I think a lot of the time there is a big movement called nofap, which is I really support, and it's usually men. There are some women as well who choose to give up masturbation, but nofap is really more about porn than masturbation. So I think that's where masturbation has a bad name. People assume that masturbation goes hand in hand with porn, and for many people it does, but for me it doesn't. That's why I want to kind of share a different type of masturbation with people, just to kind of to show that it's not all bad, it's not all kind of you don't need to see someone risk their life or their health for your orgasm. Because I don't think watching porn is, I'm just not a proponent of that. I prefer to have, I think my orgasms are more ethical, definitely. But, and also, now that I've got to a stage where I'm having this massive personal, meditative, divine, cosmic experience with myself, I think once you get to that stage, it's just, there's no way I would be on dating apps looking for casual sex with people who don't care about me, because that's what it is in reality. You know, I mean, it can be fine for if that's what you're after in a certain time. I mean, I've had definitely casual encounters in my life that I do not regret, that have been fantastic for self-learning, etc. But I would much rather masturbate, definitely. And I think masturbation has helped me to make better sentimental and sexual decisions with people, definitely. But let's go into the sex magic though. Sex magic is, well, a few years ago I discovered something called sexual transmutation, which is about transmuting your sexual energy into a different type of expression, not a physical, not physically giving in to your libido, but actually kind of directing those feelings or that desire towards something non-sexual that you want to achieve in life. And that could be something you're working on professionally, it could be something creative. And I thought that was very interesting, because it made me realize how powerful sexual energy is. But then I thought, I don't really want to not give up my orgasms, because I'm an orgasm activist. And then I came across something called sex magic, which is actually using the sexual energy and the orgasm to manifest your desires. It's a mix of sexual energy, orgasms, and the law of attraction. And I just found this absolutely mind-blowing. It's something I've been practicing now for, it will be 3 years in March, and there's no going back for me. There's no going back to online dating or just kind of casual kind of meaningless encounters at all. I think it's just absolutely mind-blowing. And I think comparing great sex with someone you care about and they care about you, and this kind of meditative masturbation that I do, is like comparing pizza and chocolate. Both are great, but maybe at different times. So once I've actually after having experienced sex magic and the meditation side of and cosmic orgasms, there's no way that I think sex toys are cold. At the end of the day, it's not really about the sex toy, because the sex toy is simply a tool to help you get to wherever your destination is. And of course you can use your hands as well, but can you stimulate your G-spot as well as effectively, or your A-spot's kind of impossible to reach with a toy. And sometimes using a toy can actually you experience different sensations that you wouldn't with your own fingers. And also it can help with a fantasy of, well, for me anyway, it helps me with my fantasy world to kind of imagine someone else touching me if I'm not touching myself. I just find it kind of fits in better with my fantasies, definitely. So it's not really about the sex toy, not even looking at the sex toy, it's all here, really. And I don't really go into those kind of cosmic places when I'm with a person. When I'm with a person, I'm just with the person, and I'm very mindful, and I think that's how it should be, really. But then when I'm with myself, I'm just there's just so many levels to it, so many dimensions to discover. Yeah, so I think I've talked about everything on my terrible the notes I've made here on the back of a bill. And also I've written something here called horny drunkenness, which sometimes before I discovered sex toys, if I'd gone a long time without actually having sex, I found that I wasn't making the best decisions. My criteria kind of changed, and I was just horny and just looking for sex. Whereas now and it's kind of like a drunkenness. You know, there are different memes of how people become more attractive the more drunk you are, the drunk goggles. It's a bit like that. And I think horniness can do the same thing to you. Whereas if you kind of control it somehow, then you tend to make better decisions when choosing a partner. That's what I think anyway. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on masturbation and the magic of masturbation. And yeah, anything you'd like to share, any tips, then please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have any suggestions for new videos, don't hesitate to write to me at venus@venusohara.org or on Instagram at venusohara. Anyway, enjoy your magical masturbation. Yeah. Ding.